Welcome to the show. I'm Tosh Taylor.
And I'm Jenna Morton, and today we are going to have a long-awaited conversation. We have talked about doing this for quite a while, and I am thrilled to welcome Lisa Casey to the show. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in. For those of you who are looking at Lisa's face on the screen right now and hearing her voice and going, I feel like I know who that is. The Painted Pineapple is what you're thinking of. That is the name of your fabulous shop.
Well, thank you very much.
And your fabulous online presence. And you guys have just had a big move.
We have had a really big move. So we were on Bonaccord Street, our shop, for the past 8 years. And we also lived on site as well. So we decided that it was time to go play with the big kids up on Mountain Road and have a little bit more visibility for our business. So we thought we would put the building up for sale. We lived in the building as well, so it was not only a business move, but a personal house move as well. So the closing was very quick, so everything happened very quickly. I don't know where January and February went. But we're in now, and we're loving being in the North End. We've had really great reception from other businesses and people that live in the area, so we're super psyched to be there.
That's amazing. So let's break it down, because the show is broadcast everywhere. So what is the Painted Pineapple?
So the Painted Pineapple is I would like to call it, I guess, a lifestyle boutique. Our core business really began with upcycling with using furniture paints. So we carry a couple of the best brands, and so that's kind of where we started, is really in doing courses and refinishing furniture for people. Well, I say painting, not refinishing, but all around expressing yourself in your home, using the furniture you have to create your own environment and make it, special. And so we've branched out. So we started 8 years ago with little bits of home decor, little bit of jewelry and candles and things like that. And then we decided a couple of years ago that we would like to expand. So we moved from the main level of our shop to the second floor. And we brought in a little bit of clothing as well as some accessories and things like that. So we really are a hybrid right now, which I think is typical of a lot of shops that are geared toward, like, if they love the paint aspect, it's not typically enough to just sustain a business just on that. So you'll find lots of boutiques that may carry these brands of paint, but they'll also dabble in other things that they enjoy. Yeah.
I love that. It really does kind of come across as this eclectic mix of just like, these are all the things Lisa likes.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Lisa, you will love the store.
That's pretty much how it is. Yeah, I don't know how that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, but it works. Like 8 years in business is a long time for a small business.
It is, and in these times with retail, especially brick and mortar, it's been a challenge. I'll be honest, but we're happy to still be here, and we've got a great community of people that support us and, say our names in rooms where we want them to say them and share our story. So yeah, we're really lucky.
Speaking of sharing stories, one of the things I wanted to highlight, which was just like a gem in social media over the past couple months, was if you can go back on the Painted Pineapple's social media and find the photos and the journey of Alfred.
Alfred, yes.
Please tell the people about Alfred.
Okay, so Alfred has a life and a following of his own now. What started out is we had a hole in our stairs in the shop and to access electricity in a closet, and it was just this big gaping hole. And we had been selling these little felt mice every Christmas for the past several years, and people always loved them, and they'd bring their kids back year after year to pick a mouse for Christmas and things like that. So we had one that we had a little story about ourselves. He had lost his ear, he was drinking, he was a little bruiser, so we put him in the stairs to kind of fill the hole. And he was cute. He had a little sign that said, "Watch your step" as you were going upstairs. And we had a little fellow came into the store one day shopping with his mom, and we didn't have a name for this mouse. It just sat there and looked cute. And he told us that he believed his name was Alfred. So, since his name. So we've had him there for a bit, and people always comment and take pictures of him and share him on socials. And so we were getting asked a lot when we were moving if Alfred was moving to the new location or if he was staying. And some people actually asked if they could adopt Alfred because they didn't want him to, anyhow.
To be homeless.
To be homeless. So my dear friend Lynn, this actually was not my idea. She said, why don't we take him on a journey as you're moving, because you're busy, you're packing, you're doing all these things, trying to, renovate and get a store ready. So we brainstormed a few businesses that we wanted to stop at, and Alfred made his little journey. She made him a little bag.
His knapsack was
his
like
knapsack.
his little, he looked like a little hobo from the 1930s.
Exactly, littlest hobo, just like little stick in his little bag, which she made him, and he made his way up Mountain Road from our location up, and highlighted independent businesses. So it was just a way to have fun, to, acknowledge and maybe shed some light in a fun way on other local businesses in the area, and because we can all use that exposure for sure. And so people loved it. They followed him along, and so he's made his way to his new home.
Okay. Safe and sound.
Safe and sound. He met another mouse.
I saw that.
There's a love story involved now. It really has nothing to do with what we do as a shop. Yet there's this
And yet it
this
does have so much
subplot.
to do with what you do, right? That's the magic of what you're creating.
That's
Right,
that's
the creativity, the people who would love Alfred's story
yes.
would love to visit the boutique.
Absolutely. We love to have a little bit of whimsy in the store, a little lightheartedness, and I think that's the magic actually of a brick and mortar store. I mean, we can buy anything online, but it's the stories, it's the sights and sounds and smells and touches when you go into a physical space that really, I think, make retail special. It's what I love about it, and yeah, having little touches like that certainly bring people back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's not just those things too. It's the owners. It's the people that are curating the shop. It's the people that have these friends that are willing to do these things for them.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
It takes a village.
Yes.
Anyone who has a small business knows that there's all these people in the wings that when you need help, they're your little angels that come in and help you get things done. And I had a good team when we moved, for sure. We did, I should say. I run the shop with my husband, Tom. So yeah, thanks. So yeah.
Talk a little bit about that sense of community locally among business owners, because I think it's something that is very special in this area.
It is. We all are supportive and mindful of one another. I feel a lot of us will even, community over competition, right? So, if I know that a sister store, I call them sister store, but if Kept has something, for example, if Mark has something over at Be Home, we'll send our clients to those people. We want small business and independent business to thrive. That's what makes a community. I mean, when you pack up your girls and you go for a drive to another city and you're spending the day, you're not sitting in the backseat on Amazon. Right, you're grabbing like a favorite coffee or tea, and you're hitting those special little shops where you go and enjoy your day, and they're really integral to our city, I think. And we really need to support each other and spread the word that we're out there, and yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something I find in Moncton, is there seems to be more community over competition, which is absolutely incredible. And being the hub city too, this is the city where people are going to come from up north and come down and spend the day down here and do their shopping.
Absolutely.
And they want to know about these businesses. They're not just coming for Costco.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, we all need our Costco run.
Yeah.
But to make the day a little bit more fun and memorable, and you find little things and treasures from local makers or makers from abroad. Right. So I think it really does create a better community, a better city. We bring people in, we bring tax dollars in to the city. That cycle's really important.
Talk a little bit about what it takes as a business owner to make a big leap like this. Like that's a big leap to go from living in your business
Yes.
to moving locations.
I think to be an entrepreneur anyway, you have to just, I don't know if it's blind faith, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe so much and love so much what you're doing that there almost is no other alternative. Like you just will keep doing until you can't do anymore. I mean, I feel like what I found in this business has been my whole life's purpose. I can't imagine doing anything else. So, yeah, I guess it just, we knew we wanted to grow, and the only way we were going to, we had kind of hit a plateau where we were, was to be in a space that gave us more exposure and more accessibility, because the building we were in had stairs, stairs to get into the building, stairs within the building. So it wasn't accessible for everybody, and if they did make it up the first set, they certainly weren't going up the 1800 staircase that we had.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes it easier for everyone to enjoy. So that makes us really happy.
What did you do before? Like what brought this what brought this all
What were you
out?
doing 9 years ago, 10 years ago?
Yeah, I've done a lot of things.
Where did the idea come from? What, you know?
So out of high school, I went to art college. So I've always been, like, I was painting and decorating for my mom and in our house when I was 12. Like,
Wow.
it's been, I've wanted to paint things all my life and have. And I graduated with in graphic design and quickly learned that I really didn't like it because I wasn't talking to anybody. I was with a computer. I wasn't using my hands. And I had moved cities. There wasn't anything available in graphic design, so I started working retail. And I absolutely loved retail and small business. I've always worked for family businesses. And from there, I've done retail, I've done home staging. I moved to Toronto and lived there for a while. And there I did some sales, on the road sales in promotional products. And I didn't really love that. I found there was a lot of, sorry for any of you people out there, but there was a lot of waste in that field, and it never sat well with me. And actually, it was a girlfriend of mine who had started Front Porch Mercantile in Moncton, and she was in Lower Coverdale, and she was getting ready to sell her business or close it. She wasn't sure what she wanted to do with the store portion. So her and I were, when I was visiting my parents one summer, I went to visit her and we sat and had some wine, and she told me that she was getting ready to potentially close it or sell it, and everything in me just went, this is mine. I have to do this. So
Wine will do that to you.
yeah, it will do that to you for sure. So yeah, so did I think that my husband, who is from Toronto, and I didn't think, you know, what would the chances that he'd want to just leave there and come here? And he's like, hey, you want to do it? Let's do it. It'll be fun.
Wow.
So here we are. I got to come home. He came with me, and his mom is here now as well. So yeah, so we're
Making it work.
making it work.
Amazing.
So just a variety of different things. But I've always loved the retail experience, connecting with people, sharing stories. I think, you know, it's not just a transactional relationship. We've made a lot of friends. Lots of people that we know intimate stories about just from spending 20 minutes in the store.
So true.
And it's a really good, soulful thing. It's awesome. Yeah.
Now that you are in the new location,
Yeah.
I know it's very soon to ask, but what's next? What is the hope for this location, and who new is going to come your way, or what new things that you're going to do now that you're here?
Well, we're taking a little bit of a break. The business is shifting a little bit. I'm glad you asked that. In the past, we have spent a lot of time doing custom work, and also I have done for 8 years classes, lots of workshops and education around the paint lines. I'm a little tired. And in growing this new spot, I love the education part of it, and that will be something that I will probably get to later. But for this first little bit in the new location, we'll just be focusing on the boutique. So I'll be in the store more, which that's what I love, is being in the shop and being with my people, whereas the other things would often take me away from that. So yeah, it's just growing the community, hopefully more people discovering us and coming in to see what we're all about. yeah, we'll just see where it goes. I never say never to anything. I've learned that in my life. So, you know, a year from now I may come back and I'll be doing custom and painting again. I don't know. But for now, we're just going to focus on the boutique and see where that goes. Yeah.
Yeah, and careers in social media by the sounds of it. Or at least for Alfred, anyway.
Yeah, for Alfred. People have said he needs his own page, which is our page.
Yeah, he has one.
He has one. Exactly.
Well, and he has friends. Like you said, he has a girlfriend who lives in the
Yes.
same the strip now.
He does. She lives next door at Boutique Deuxième Look. Her name is Daisy. You can go visit her there. And we've also had the sweetest of things. The first Saturday that we opened, we had a couple of little girls that had a sleepover the night before who made Alfred presents for his new home.
Wow.
A little box of Halo donuts that they crafted, a little sushi platter, a bouquet of flowers for Daisy. So, I mean,
my
this
goodness.
is...
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about the parcel he got from his friend.
Oh, yes. He also
Yes.
got this amazing parcel from Balsam Ridge. Christy made up a little package, a little care package, because they have a mascot named Alvin. And Alvin is a squirrel. And so he had this little parcel waiting for him and a little bit of a bag of peanuts, and some little things were in there for him. Maple syrup, a little tiny squirrel, banana, just some random things, random snacks, a scarf, because, you know, it was a cold journey that he had on his way up.
It's true.
So
It's cold along the 114.
it's really, yeah, exactly. So we plan, I'm taking my angels, I say, with me. We're going to go up to Balsam Ridge and spend the night, and Alfred is going to visit Alvin
Yes.
at the end of this month.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And the saga continues.
And the saga continues, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you aren't coming to Moncton anytime soon, you can at least follow along with the saga before you come. And then check out the Painted Pineapple in the new location, which is what? You've said the North End, you
Yes.
said Mountain Road, but tell people where you are.
So we are at 1966 Mountain Road. So that is basically up around the Gorge Road lights. So there's a Evergreen Plaza is where it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can't
come and
live
visit
there.
us. Yeah.
You're not living in there, are you?
No, we're not living in there. Not at all. Not at
sharing
all.
that location.
No. I think I have on socials. I think I've given my address. I'm not sure.
But it's a great part of town right now in terms of activity. Like you said, there's a second Halo location that's just kind of
Yes.
across the street from
Yes.
you. That's where Reconnect is, where we've gone and done shows before.
Absolutely.
Like that. And that whole Evergreen Plaza, I think, is almost completely changed over in the last couple of years.
It has. Yeah, it has. So lots of retail up there and some different kinds of retail. So our friends next door to us, we're on St. George Street for a long time. So Boutique Deuxième Look and then Retro Station. So side by side with them is kind of a fun little,
Yeah.
you know, you can spend a good hour or more,
Yeah.
between the two of us. And so that's pretty fun. And you can go across the street. We see Halo all day long, taunting us with their open sign.
How do you manage?
There's been a lot of them consumed since we got there, and across from Second Cup, and so yeah, it's a great spot.
It
we
is
love
a great
it.
spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Before we let you go today, I do need to know why the Painted Pineapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
And so a pineapple, much to what people think, has been a universal symbol of welcome, and so we really want for people to feel welcome in our shop. So that symbol of hospitality and welcoming. And the reason that it's blue and not yellow is because we want you to create your own welcome in your home the way you want to do it. So rather than a yellow pineapple, which is, you know, the norm and what people would expect, it's blue. So hey, you do you.
Yeah.
You paint, you know, you want a purple kitchen, we're here to help you do that. We're all about expressing yourself internally and living in a space that reflects who you are, and that's what we encourage people to do. So yeah.
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always fantastic when a store name or, you know, whether it's whatever entity it is, when you learn those stories and the purpose behind a logo and a brand is so important, because it is always filled with so much meaning.
Yes, always more layers to it, right? And pineapple's just, it's fun. Purple pineapple or a blue pineapple is kind of whimsical, and it's a good recall. People won't remember certain names, but they'll be like, it's that pineapple place.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
The blue pineapple. Yeah.
Alliteration?
Yes, yes. Yes,
believer in that.
I love that too, I have to say.
Pickle Planet, Painted Pineapple,
Yes.
they go together.
I'm big on alliteration as well. Yeah.
Amazing. So if people wanted to follow Alfred and you guys, of course, on
Yes.
social media, where are they finding you?
So Facebook and Instagram, the Painted Pineapple Moncton, and we are currently reworking our website because everything reflected, our custom work and our class schedules and things like that. So stay tuned for the update on that. It's going to come once we get settled. But follow us on socials. We're fairly active there, and every time we get something new in, we share it. Yeah.
Fun.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
and
so
sharing
much
with us.
for having me. Thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to watch all of Alfred's adventures.
Yes.
With his friends.
He's going to be getting a painted condo soon, so stay tuned for that.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of staying tuned, make sure you stay tuned to us as well. We are back every week with a brand new episode. Thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.